Your biggest customer could be the reason revenue is growing while profit is slowly disappearing. Not because they're a bad customer, because they may receive your deepest discounts, demand the most custom work, require constant support, pay slowly, and consume time that never gets assigned back to their account. Most companies, they call the customer generating the most revenue their best customer. I kind of think that's the wrong measurement. Your best customer is not the one who pays you the most. It's the one that leaves your company with the most value after the real cost of you serving them. My name's Nolan Grout, and I take one expensive business workflow and tell you the AI system that I'd build before spending more money on BS that's out there. Today, I'm breaking down the system I would build to find out whether your biggest customer is actually making you money. Because this is not a job for one chatbot. It requires normal automation, focused AI calls, a unified data layer, controlled AI agent, and clear decisions that will stay with people. If your biggest customer receives your biggest discounts, revenue can rise while profit falls. That sounds obvious, but most customer reports still start and end with revenue. They might subtract the direct cost of a product or the hours that are charged to a project, but they often miss rush orders, rework returns, custom reporting, special meetings, free consulting that happens throughout, and constant support. That work still costs money. It's just scattered across different departments, systems, and inboxes. So the first practical step is not buying an AI tool, it's defining the real cost of serving a customer. I would include every cost that would disappear if the customer disappeared tomorrow as well. That does not mean we should fire the customer. It means we should stop confusing a large payment with a profitable relationship. Revenue tells us who buys the most. Cost to serve tells us who is actually worth serving. If customer work is spread across 6 systems, leadership may be making pricing decisions without seeing half the cost. Revenue might live in the accounting system. Customer activity might live in the CRM. Support requests are in a ticketing system. Employee time is somewhere else entirely. Returns, freight, and rush orders may have their own records. Custom requests, they might exist inside emails and meeting notes. I would connect those sources into one unified data layer, organized around each customer. That does not mean copying every company document into an AI model. Not at all. It means giving the system one control place to find the approved records connected to that specific customer. Now, instead of asking AI to search the entire company, we can ask it to investigate one customer during one period using a limited set of information. That makes the system faster, cheaper, and much easier to verify. Do not give an AI agent more data. Give it the right data. If you're making an existing company AI first, join us in the community. The link is at the top of the description. If AI is doing basic arithmetic though, you're paying for judgment where no judgment is needed. Revenue, discounts, freight charges, refunds, recorded labor, payment time, and support volume, they can all be calculated with normal programmatic automation. Those are known numbers. We do not need an AI agent guessing what the numbers mean. The automation should calculate the known cost of each customer using clear rules that finance can actually review. Then I would use focused AI calls for the information that does require some interpretation. For example, AI can read an email and identify an unrecorded request for custom work. It can examine meeting notes and find a promise that was made outside of the original contract. It can classify a support conversation as normal assistance, product failure, training, or unpaid consulting. That is the correct division of labor. Use software for rules, use AI for ambiguity. When we mix them correctly, we get the flexibility of AI without asking it to invent the financial truth. If one AI agent controls the entire profitability review, one bad assumption can contaminate the final answer. So I would not give one AI agent the whole job. I would use one coordination agent with several narrow sub-agents. One sub-agent to examine discounts and pricing, another reviewing support volume, another checks returns, rework, and rush fulfillment. Another looks for custom requests and emails and meeting notes, while another might even check payment delays and contract penalties. Each one ends up has a narrow question that it needs to answer. It must return the evidence it found, where the evidence it came from, and how confident it is. The coordinating agent can then assemble those findings into the customer profitability brief. This is multi-agent orchestration, but the business principle is simple. Do not ask one generalist to make every decision. Break the investigation into small jobs that can be checked independently. The safest AI team is not the one with the most agents, it's the one with the clearest responsibilities. If your AI agent rereads every customer email every night, the automation could become more expensive than the problem itself. This is where the AI agent harness matters the most. The harness defines what the agent can access, which tools it can use, how much it can spend, how many attempts it gets, and when it must stop. I would never let this agent search the company without limits. Normal automation should first narrow the investigation to the correct customer, date range, department, and type of activity. The AI should only receive the records that are relevant to that one investigation. Once information has been reviewed and classified, the results should be stored so that the agent does not have to repeat the same work tomorrow. The system should also have a token budget and a stopping rule. If it cannot find enough evidence after a set number of steps, it should probably ask a person instead of continuing to search. An agent without limits is not autonomous, it is uncontrolled. If an AI system cannot show why it called the customer unprofitable, leadership can now no longer safely act on the answer. I would not allow the agent to return a red warning and nothing else. Every important finding should include the amount, the source, the date, and the reason that it was assigned to that customer specifically. If the agent finds repeated custom requests, I want the emails or meeting notes behind that conclusion. If it identifies excessive support, I want the ticket volume, time spent, in comparison with similar customers. And if it flags a discount, then I want the contract or transaction where that discount was recorded. People should be able to challenge the result. The account leader might know that a large short-term cost is part of a planned expansion. Finance might find that a cost was assigned incorrectly. The system performs the investigation while people decide exactly which the evidence means and what action the company should take from here. AI should not remove any accountability. It should make the decision smaller, faster, and better informed. If your profitability report ignores the cost of serving a customer, $1 million of reported profit could disappear very quickly. If an AI identifies unprofitable customer and the first recommendation is to just fire them, the system's not thinking deeply enough. Finding the problem is only the beginning. The useful question is, what would make the relationship actually profitable? Maybe the company, we just need to raise the price. Maybe we need to charge for the custom work, or rush requests need added fees. Maybe support needs clearer limits. Maybe the customer should move to a different service tier, right? There's so many options. Choose yours. Personally, I would have the system model those options. What happens to profitability if the price increases by 5%? What happens if half the customer work becomes billable? Or, I don't know, what happens if payment moves from 90 days every 30 days type of a thing? Now leadership has something useful to act on, not just an AI recommendation to keep or fire the customer, a clear view of which parts of the relationship must actually change to become profitable. The goal is not to remove a valuable customer, the goal is to stop giving away valuable work for free. So can AI determine whether your biggest customer is losing you money? Yes, but not by looking at revenue alone, and not by asking a chatbot to review a spreadsheet. I will build a controlled customer profitability system. Normal automation, that calculates the known costs. You have the unified data layer, which connects customer activity across the company. Focused AI calls that interpret emails, meeting notes, and support conversations. Narrow sub-agents that investigate specific sources of cost. The agent harness limits access, spending, and unnecessary work. And then people review the evidence and decide whether to change the price, the contract, the service, or the relationship entirely. The payoff is not a prettier report. It is finding expensive work that the company is just currently giving away. It is protecting profit before adding more revenue, more employees, and more complexity to cover some kind of problem that already exists. If you want to find and fix expensive workflows like this inside your company, join us in the community. Links at the top of the description. Now, your biggest customer is not always your best customer. The customer who pays you the most is not necessarily the customer who makes you the most. Guys, my name's Nolan Grout. Thanks for sticking to the end. I appreciate your time here today. I know that was a little bit of a different one, but it's just something that I was thinking about because I had a question come up in a meeting the other day about it. So figured I'd make a video on it to answer that question. So here it is. Guys, let me know what you're trying to automate in your business down below. I'm genuinely curious. Join the community if you're looking for AI agents to help you with your business. You can come steal our AI systems. You don't have to learn to build, or you can learn to build and extend the systems further. Whatever you want to do, I hope to see you there. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.